Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, I'm going to be doing a short hypnosis session to bring you into a state of mindfulness. Now, what's interesting is that mindfulness in many levels is the opposite experience of hypnosis. So we're going to do a hypnosis experience to activate the focused attention on mindfulness. And a good way of thinking about the difference between trance and mindfulness, it really comes down to awareness. So if you're thinking about your experience as a human, if you were to really focus on things in the real world, so if you were to think, for example, of the sounds you could hear or what you can see around you or a smell or a taste, that's considered mindfulness. You're fully in the present and you're very much focused, your senses, on what's real and what's around you. Then a trance state is the opposite end of the spectrum. A trance state is when you're inward thinking. So you're very much focused on, let's say, a memory or a future event or a thought. And effectively, this is an internal representation. So if you were to think about, let's say, your favorite birthday, for example, many people will go back to a memory and feel like they're in their own body. Now, interestingly, the principles of mindfulness also apply within hypnosis because you're still focusing your attention. You're just focusing your attention on an inward experience. So typically what happens for a competent hypnotherapist is they'll use the principles of mindfulness to, first of all, get your attention focused on things that are real. So your breath, for example, or the sound of a voice, and then you're mindful. And then a competent therapist will then get you keeping the same level of focused attention, but on an inward experience. And there was a psychologist in the 1950s called Miller, and he came up with this study on memory. And what he found is that the human brain can only focus on around about 7 ± 2 chunks of information at any one point in time. So if you think of mindfulness as the majority of your chunks of your focus are on real experiences, that's being mindful. And then if you think of the majority of your 7 ± 2 chunks of information is on an inward experience, so a thought or a feeling or an emotion, that's considered a trance state. And they're useful definitions to figure out if you're in the real world or if you're in this kind of trance state. So we're going to take those principles and just a short, we're talking about 5-minute hypnosis session that enables you to be able to access that mindfulness focus and then take that with you so that when you're living your life, you're in a more mindful place. The reason that's important is that every day as a hypnotist, I see people that are awake but are still in a trance. So here in London, if you want to see a lot of people in a trance, then you go to the London Underground and then you see people looking at their phone and they're in a fixated state and they've gone inwards. That's a trance state. A lot of people, when they're driving or when they're walking down the street, they're not fully present. They're not aware of their surroundings. They've gone inwards. So I see this all the time. Now, sometimes it's useful to be in a trance state even when you're awake. If you're doing some mindless task that doesn't require too much thought, better to do it on autopilot and be focusing your attention inwards. But sometimes if you're with, let's say, family or friends, or you're experiencing a concert or music, having the ability to really focus your attention on those sensations and surroundings, becomes really useful. If you're in nature, good to be mindful. If you're having a delicious meal, good to be mindful. So that's the purpose of this hypnosis session, for you to activate feelings of mindfulness, which I happen to think is very, very useful. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just get a sense the tension is leaving your body in that outward breath. On the next inward breath in, feel that resourceful relaxation, and if it's safe to do so, on the next outward breath, close your eyes. As you fully exhale, take an even deeper breath in. And now as you exhale, give yourself permission to let go of any tension or stress you may be feeling, and just allow your body to become completely relaxed and at ease. With your eyes closed, you still have the ability to notice real sensations. Your heart beating in your chest. Perhaps a pulse in a wrist or in your neck. I want you to get a sense that sometimes parts of your body will just move incrementally in a tiny way all by themselves. Could be a facial expression, could be the twitch of a finger, and focus your attention on those movements, and then focus your attention on any feelings of tension you still have in your body as you continue to breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation and exhaling tension. As you continue to breathe deeply and steadily, bring all of your attention to your present moment. Start to notice the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. Be aware of the sounds around you and the feeling of your body in the chair or the bed or wherever you're hearing my voice right now. Continue to breathe in and breathe out, and pay attention to the rising of your chest or the rising of your diaphragm, and then how your body moves as you exhale. As you focus on the present, let go of any thoughts or worries about the past or the future. Just be here, now, in this moment. As you start to relax even deeper and deeper, imagine a bright light in front of you. As you gaze upon it, feel all the worries and negative thoughts start to fade away. Allow yourself to be filled with feelings of serenity and peace. And as you continue to relax and focus on the present moment, just inside your own mind, repeat to yourself the following statement: I am fully present and aware in this moment. I am at peace and I'm content with my surroundings. Just try saying it to yourself. Immediately after I say the sentence, repeat it to yourself in your own mind. I am fully present and aware in this moment. And then repeat this sentence. I am at peace and I'm content with my surroundings. And you can repeat this belief, this affirmation, this conviction to yourself as often as you need, allowing it to become an anchor to immediately take you from mindless to mindful, deepening your sense of mindfulness. Very soon, I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, but first, as you start to phase out of this relaxation and hypnosis, you will take this sense of mindfulness with you, feeling calm, refreshed, and energized. With each passing day, it will become easier to bring your mind to the present moment, to focus on the present, and to let go of negative thoughts or worries. And remember, you can always come back to this state of mindfulness whenever you need it, just by focusing your attention on something real, a sound, a taste, or a smell. Take one more breath, a deep breath, and then exhale. As I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling calm, refreshed, at peace, and fully in the moment. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.